All right, let's get into this shit. Um, who, where do I begin to talk about this episode? First of all, cousin China could not join me today. Okay, she's been joining me for the last couple of power reviews, and she's a little under the weather, so she cannot join me today. But we already talked on the phone about the episode, and she wanted me to let you all know that she called it about Proctor being that guy. Proctor being the most realist uh, dude on this show right now. Do I agree with that? Not really. But she wanted me to let you all know that's what she said, that Proctor is the realist on this show right now. Cousin China said that, not me. Get that out the way first. Where do I begin with this episode, though?
Teach me the motherfucking game, Ghost.
Oh, God. Look, I was a second away from stopping this episode and not even finishing it because I didn't like the way it began. Why doesn't somebody whoop this kid's ass, okay? I get a lot of flack because I talk about this kid. Well, he's a kid. Leave him alone. Why are you talking about a kid? Okay, well, since he's a kid, somebody needs to take their belt off and beat the brakes off of this little motherfucker, okay? Just like in Baby Boy, when Omar Gooding, when he whooped that kid, he's like, you know what? I'm not gonna hit you, but I'm gonna whoop your ass. And he took his belt off and went to town on him. Why doesn't Ghost do that to Tariq? Like, Ghost sometimes will jack him up or, like, you know, shove him or whatever, but he needs an old-fashioned Georgia ass whooping. And Tasha, the one that's been protecting this kid for the past 5 episodes, Tasha really had nothing to say. Like, Tasha was only in the episode for, like, what, 2 minutes? That's your son, Ghost. You deal with him. Nah, you created that monster. You try to protect this monster, so now Tariq has it in his mind that he's that guy, that he's the one. He's the chosen one. He's the one that's going to be the new Ghost. All right, so he feels like because he set up Kenny to get killed, which I guess he didn't want to do, but I guess because of them, what do you say? You know, I took a loss so y'all can have a win. I'm like, the balls on this kid. This kid has got some big grapefruits. I will give him that. He's got balls, but that's because nobody has chin checked him. Please, if they're not gonna kill this kid, at least let him get an ass whooping. I want that. I don't think he's ever got his ass whooped on this show in all 5 seasons. It needs to happen. Make it happen. I'll be somewhat satisfied because I don't think they're gonna kill him. I wish they would, but I don't think they're gonna kill him. But at least whoop his ass. Like, dude, 50 Cent is the executive producer on the show. 50 has got to know that people don't like this kid. Like, 50, I know he has his ear on the street. He's on social media, Instagram, which I do follow him. And I'm pretty sure he knows that nobody likes this kid. Okay, so do us the fans a favor. As a fan service, if you do nothing else, I will take Reek right now over Dre. As bad as I want Dre to die, please let Reek go. Like, he's almost on the level of Joffrey as far as me hating a character. A kid character, I should say. I don't hate him as much as Joffrey. I don't think I will ever hate anybody as much as Joffrey, but damn it, he's almost getting to that level. Give me that. I had to get that rant out the way first and foremost. Like, Ghost needs to chin check this boy. And for Tariq to get up in his face like that, like, look, as much as I curse, I would never get up in my father's face. All right, I could never get in my father's face and say what Reek said to him. Like, Reek actually got in Ghost's face, like,
Teach me the motherfucking game, Ghost.
said it real slow and serious, like he meant it. Don't you know my father, even now, I'm a 39-year-old man. My father would still jack me up if I even raised my voice. You know, if I even, like, got too much bass in my voice, my father would still jack me up. And I still have that respect for my dad where, like, I wouldn't try him like that because I know my dad will put me in a Vulcan death grip and shut my whole body down. I wouldn't have the balls to do that. So, I'm done with talking about Tariq for right now. Tariq is out the way. He wants to be a new gangster. And now he's even talking to the Italians, which I said, you know what? The mafia must have changed since Tony Soprano died because there's no way that Italians will work with strangers. First of all, a stranger. Second of all, a black stranger. You know, because you know Italians, New York Italians don't too much care for the brothers, man. So to do business with a Moulignan like that, like, nah. Things must have changed since then. Okay, so I got that out the way now. A lot happened this episode, but, you know, me and my cousin were talking about this, And we both agree, like, I think this season has been good so far, but I don't think it's been great. But it is good enough to keep me where I'm engaged. I care about what happens, but I feel like this season we've got a lot of appetizers, but not enough entree. You know, I'm not full after an episode. Like, I feel like each episode is build up and it's build up. And I've said this before in my reviews. It's like it's in the pressure cooker. The food's starting to seep out. You get excited, but it's like we still haven't got that entree yet. And it's like the last two episodes have ended with somebody dying. Like last week it was Kanan, and this week it was Teresi, which I called. And you know what? I'm not gonna make myself out like I'm special because I think a lot of people saw this a mile away that Tommy was gonna end up killing his pops, and I did say that in previous videos that Tommy was gonna end up killing Teresi. But even though I knew it was coming, I didn't know that it was gonna affect me the way it did. Like, I got emotional. I'm not gonna front. Like when after he killed Teresi and he climbed into bed with his mom or whatever, his mom was just holding him and he kind of broke down and cried. That got me a little bit. Like, look, I'm a softie when it comes to family situations on film. I'm a big softie when it comes to stuff like that, especially father and son deals. Like, I still cry when I watch Return of the Jedi, where, when Luke had to take out Vader. He didn't kill Vader, but he had to chop his hand off and shit and kind of yoked him up. That kind of got me a little bit. So the fact that he did that and, he told his mom what he did, and his mom was like, you did the right thing, that got me. I was like, damn, man. Because, we all knew Teresi was a rat the whole time, whatever, but it's like he took a liking to his son to the point where, at first he was going to give Tommy up, but then he got to where he loved Tommy so much that he wasn't going to give him up. He was going to give up Ghost, but still a snitch is a snitch. You don't do that shit. And I just hated that their relationship had to end like that. As brief as it was, and Tommy was probably the happiest that he's been in a long time. And now he has to kill, his father that he just discovered that he had. I really felt bad for Tommy this episode. I really did. So where he goes from here, I don't know. Matter of fact, where does a lot of shit go from here? Because this episode ended with a lot of loose ends where now that Alicia's gone, okay, well, who's going to be the main supplier now? I guess Dre got butthurt because Alicia put Cristobal over him, so he snitched on her. There was a lot of snitching in this episode. This episode should have been called Snitch because there was a lot of double crossing, a lot of snitching. Like, everybody's singing like the Temptations on this episode. There's like no loyalty at all. And I guess I can kind of agree with Cousin China. The only one that did show any kind of loyalty was Proctor. Because, yeah, Proctor had to wear a wire, but he let Ghost know that he was wearing the wire. And it's like he's still protecting Ghost. So, only one that he really wants out the picture is Angela. And I guess for a good reason, because ever since Angela came into the picture, shit's been going left. So, yeah, as far as loyalty-wise, Proctor's probably the only loyal person right now because everybody else is snitching on everybody. And now Angela's in a position where she's probably going to go down. I don't know how she's going to weasel her way out of this one, but it's like, damn, like shit's kind of hitting the fan. But it goes back to my point. As much stuff went down in this episode, I still feel like I wasn't full. I don't feel like I got enough to keep me satisfied to where I'm good for a week. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see right away where this is going. But I guess all the build up builds up to this 2-hour episode that's going to go down next week. I think it's going to be 2 hours. I guess all of it's going to come to a head and everything's going to come full circle. And like I told my cousin, we haven't seen the end of Terry Silver. Terry disappeared for a couple episodes. He comes across as somebody that's scared and that just had to get out of Dodge. He couldn't handle it. But I'm telling you, man, you heard it from me. Terry is not done. Terry's going to come back. I don't know exactly what he's going to do, but it's going to be pivotal to how this show turns out at the end of the season. Watch what I tell you. So that's pretty much all I got to say about this episode, man. I thought it was a good episode, but I still, like I said, I don't feel full. I don't feel like, it didn't give me enough to chew on. I like appetizers. Don't get me wrong. Appetizers are good, man, but, I'm a big dude. I like to eat. Man, give me a meal. And I feel like we haven't been getting that. But, yeah, it's sad to see that Tommy had to kill his pops. I knew it was coming, but like I said, it hit me harder than I thought it would. Tasha was kind of non-existent in this episode. Like, I guess mission accomplished. She did what she did, and now Tariq is on his mission, on his quest to be Nino Brown, which I'm not buying. You know, I will never buy it. I've said that before. Like, I will never buy this kid being that dude, that gangster. I just don't see it. And don't give me that shit that he's a kid. I said this in my other video. Don't give me that shit about he's just a kid. Lorenz Tate was 16 years old when he played O-Dog. He was 16, and he was a believable killer. Tariq is probably around the same age as Lorenz Tate was when he did Menace to Society. But compare the two characters. Enough said. So I just, man, just die. Just die already, man. Damn. Just die, get your ass whooped. I can't take it. And I feel before the season's out, my predictions is that I don't know, man. As far as the next person to die, to go, I hope it's Reek, but I know I'm not going to get that wish. I have a feeling Keisha's going to go. I have a feeling Keisha is going to end up getting killed because if you notice the way Tommy looks at Keisha when she says how she doesn't like lying to the cops, and she's like, you know, Keisha's not built for this life. And Tommy knows that. And Tommy, the way he looks at her, like, it's like he cares about Keisha, but he knows that she ain't built for this shit, and there's a chance that she could, you know, take them all down. I think Tommy's going to have to be the one to either, well, there's no other choice. He's going to have to take Keisha out, because if he just breaks up with her, you know, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. You know, women can get very vindictive when they get mad, so Keisha would definitely take them down then. So Tommy's going to almost have no choice but to kill her. So I feel Keisha is going to end up going. I feel like really nobody else is going to die this season. I think Dre's going to make it out alive. Tariq, Ghost, Tommy, you know, the core group I feel is going to make it out. But I know that the season can't end without something major happening. So it could be Angela going down, and, you know, this could be the last time we see Angela on the show ever, because, like I said, I don't know how she's going to get out of this shit, but whatever happens, I know Silver's going to be a part of that, so it might not even be Angela going down. So I think Silver's going to do something where it's going to cause a big twist, and it's going to be some shit that goes down that I just have no idea what is going to happen, but I know it's going to have to do with Silver. That's my thoughts on it, guys. So what are your guys' thoughts? What are your predictions of where this show is going to go? What do you feel about the whole thing with the writers trying to make Tariq the new Kingpin? You know, because pretty much the way he stepped to Ghost was like, I want to continue what Kanan taught me, you know, and if you're not going to help me with that, get the fuck out my way. That's kind of how he approached Ghost. And I'm like, oh, the suit just don't fit, brother. I can't. What are you guys' thoughts on that, man? What do you think about the whole thing with Tariq and, you know, Tommy's pops and everything and all that stuff? Like, the episode as a whole, what are you guys' thoughts? Now, after I upload this, I'm going to go check out my boy, the Not So Super Fan. I know he's got a lot to say about this. If you haven't checked his channel out, check him out, the Not So Super Fan. He does power reviews as well, and he really gives a good perspective on it. And I like to watch his reviews after I put my video up and see if we agree with the shit. So yeah, check him out, the Not So Super Fan. So that's all I got, man. So comment below, comment freely, guys. Thank you for watching. As always, this is Rashad G signing out. See you in the next video.